Hi YouTube, it's Autumn. I want to show you some organizers that I am trying out for my Turenne and that I've used in some of my other bags. I have three different ones to show you. Two of them are the same type by the same company. One that I bought was too small for this, so I just got another one by the same company in the mail. I'm going to open for you and we'll see how that works out. And then the other one is one that I got a while back, and I'll do another video on this one, but I just want to show you quickly. So this one here, it's just a rectangle, and it is, let me pull this up and show you. It has this top layer with a drawstring that you can cinch up like that to keep your stuff safe from falling out. And it's made by Koolertron. There you go. And I got this off Amazon. I got all three of these off Amazon. This is made specifically to be a camera bag. So I'm a photographer, and I bought my Turenne GM, my Louis Vuitton, not the Turenne, sorry. I bought my Louis Vuitton Treville GM partly because it was my dream bag, but then I helped justify that by saying that I bought it to be a camera bag, so it could double as a handbag and a camera bag. And I bought this to put inside the GM Treville to keep the camera safe because it's more padded. It's got a nice thick layer of foam in there. And that's worked out great, and I'll do another video on that sometime. But I wanted to show you this as a possible organizer. I've used this in my Neverfull all the time. It's a perfect fit for the Neverfull. And let's see, I've got my little measuring tape here. The length of it, it's kind of stuffed right now. I'm going to measure the bottom. The length is about 10 inches. It's about 4.5 inches deep, and then about 5.5 inches tall. So it just works beautifully in my Neverfull. I've been thinking about getting something like a Samorga organizer, and there's another company on Etsy that I want to get it from instead. And I don't remember the name of them, but they're made in the US, and it's a canvas rather than a felt. I'll have to post the name below. I'm sorry, I don't remember it. But I want to order one of those because I want to have some organizational pockets inside of it. Right now I've got it stuffed with all the things that I've had in my Neverfull, which is what I've been carrying around lately. I've got, well, I don't have to go through everything, but something I want to show you that's in here is this. This is an organizer, one of the three I want to show you today, that I purchased for the Turenne specifically. So I said in my last video, which is the unboxing of the Turenne, that one of the things I'm concerned about is keeping the shape of the bag and keeping the pleats intact and not squashing them or stretching them out too much. So right now this is the Turenne brand new. I have not used it at all. I've taken her out of the box a few times to look at how beautiful she is, but I've been a little scared to use her because I wanted to have the right, or what I hope is the right organizer first before I even risk doing any kind of damage to her. So I purchased this one based on the dimensions online. Let me adjust my light a little, it's a bit too bright there. So I purchased this based on the dimensions online, thinking that it would be a great size. I didn't want something that would be too big and that would push on the edges or on the sides of the bag from the inside and push those pleats out to flatten them. I wanted something that would keep some integrity of the shape and keep, like my wallet, for example, from pressing up against a pleat and squashing it. And I think having an organizer, the wallet will press up against the organizer instead of the pleat. That's what I'm hoping anyway. So this is by a company named Purse to Go. I got it off Amazon, but they also have a website, and I think they sell on Etsy too. The dimensions of the Turenne, so how I managed to get this size, and this is the small, and this is the medium, the MM Turenne. So the dimensions of the bottom of the Turenne are what I used to pick out the organizer bottom. So this measures from corner to corner about 10.5 or 11 inches by about 5 or 5.5 inches. And the bag is, let me see, from top to bottom, it's about 9 inches tall I'll say 8.5 to leave a little extra room for the thickness of the bag and the zipper on the top and bottom. So what I wanted was something that wasn't quite those dimensions, not that big, because I wanted it to have a little extra room. I didn't want the organizer to squish against the sides. And I'm thinking that it shouldn't be as tall as the bag because then that'll push out on the top of the bag. And I was thinking that I didn't want something this size. Now this does fit in the Turenne, but I felt like it pushed out against the sides too much and was maybe too tall. So if I put those side by side, you can see how far that organizer would go up inside the bag. And I didn't want it pushing on the bag like this high up where it'd push out, because you can see that the Turenne starts out wider at the bottom, but then it gets pretty thin at the top. So I'm just trying to be super careful about this and really keeping the integrity of the structure and the pleats on this bag. So I got this. The dimensions of this bag, well, let me show you before I take all this stuff out. So it has all these pockets. You can put different things in. I have a pen with some ink refills and pens a little tied to go, comb, nail clippers, lip balm. Let's see. Nothing in that pocket. And then in the middle I have a notebook, some cards, and my teacher ID. So now I'm going to take everything out so I can measure this empty and flat, because the measurements that I got from this bag on the website were the measurements flat. So what did I do with my measuring tape? Here it is. So this is 9 inches across, and so you remember that the bottom of the bag was about 10.5 for 11, so I figured 9 would give me a little extra space on the sides, and then it's only 5 inches tall, so that doesn't go up too high. Let me hold that up where you can see it a little better. That doesn't go up too high on the bag. There we go. Doesn't go up too high. It looks just about right. And then the width is, or the depth, and look at the shape of this. So it's not a rectangle when you open it up. It's sort of an oval, kind of. It's about 3 inches at its widest part there. So I thought, well, that would be perfect. That will give it a little bit of structure and not squish the insides of the bag. It'll leave some room for the pleats to kind of breathe. But then, when I got it in person, I put it in the bag, and look how tiny it is. It just gets lost in there. There's so much room for it to move around. It really doesn't do anything to keep the structure of the bag at all because it's so small. So I guess what I didn't account for is that when you open it up, it becomes shorter. So what I had to do was order another one. So what I've done with this since then, I've only had it for a few days, is just put it inside my other organizer, just like you saw it, to keep small things organized, kind of like a cosmetic bag instead of having a zipped up cosmetic in here. So those are the two organizers that I had previously, and I just ordered this one, which is the same as this but the neck size. So this was the small, and this is not the neck size, sorry. This is the jumbo size. So they go from small to large. There's not a medium. Small, large, jumbo, it's this one, and extra jumbo. So let's open this up. I got that off Amazon, and I'm an Amazon Prime member, so I get free 2-day shipping, but I was too impatient. I paid an extra $4 to get this overnight. So it came in this bag. The other one came in a, come in the same? Yeah, the other one came in a bag like this, a soft bag. Here we go. It's comes in plastic. I got the dark brown color. How do I open it? There we go. I'll just cut it. So, it comes with, here we go, and it's folded in half. It comes with this purse to go The side's in English, the other side's in Spanish, looks like. So it comes with this, in this purse to go, little informational advertisement. There we go. And here is the organizer. So this is much taller, much bigger than the other. It also matches the interior of the bag better. So the dimensions on this much bigger, I keep losing my tape. The dimensions on this much bigger jumbo size purse to go organizer, looks like it's a little wider at the bottom. So I'll measure it at the bottom. It's also kind of curved. It won't lay quite flat. Hold on. So the bottom measurement, oh my gosh, this is hard. The bottom measurement comes out to about 14 or 14 and a half. The top, it's kind of wavy, which makes it difficult to measure. The top comes out to about 15, so it's about an inch or half an inch wider on the top. The width on the bottom, the widest point, and the, by the way, the structure of it is that it's like, feels like a thin piece of plastic, which is why it's so wavy, because the plastic is wavy, and then it has a coat of fabric on either side. And I'm trying to tell what kind of fabric it is. I can't really tell. It's some kind of synthetic fabric with the bias tape around the edges, and then pockets sewn into it. Let me put some light in here so you can see those pockets better. So different pockets sewn in, and it's got the purse to go label there. Okay. So the width of the bottom at the widest point, and the bottom does not have any kind of plastic, it's just fabric, so it's really malleable. It's 2 layers of fabric. The bottom width is 5 inches. That's as wide as it'll go. All right, so now I'm going to stuff this into the bag and see how that fits. Now, one thing I'm noticing, and I knew this when I ordered it, but I ordered it anyway because it seemed like a good value. By the way, this the small was about $20 on Amazon, and this one was about $27 or $28. So it's a really good price. The red one was, I think, about $20 too. So the like the Samorga organizers are 50 or 60, something like that, and then tax and shipping and all. And the one I'm looking at on Amazon that I can't remember the name of is maybe 67, and it comes out to 80 or 90 with taxes, so that's why I've been hesitant to get that, but I'll probably end up getting it anyway. So here it is compared to the bag. Now it is pretty tall, so that might be a problem for me, but I knew that going in because I saw the dimensions. Alright, I'm going to put it in the bag here and see what happens, and open it up. That seems like a really good fit. Pretty happy with that. The only problem is that the sides being wavy, it kind of caves in a little bit. So here, let's see if I can adjust the light where you can see this better. Is that gonna work at all? Oh gosh. Here we go. Okay. It's a little bit better. Let me adjust the camera. Sorry about this, guys. That's not easy to watch. Alright, so there you can see that it fits really snugly in there. The color is pretty close to the sort of plum brown inside. And you can see all the way into the bottom. It looks like it's going to be a good fit, and I think that'll work pretty well. It's not pushing against the sides because the organizer is shaped the way it is, so it's not rectangular like this one, so it doesn't have the width on the ends, but it just comes kind of to a, not to a point, but kind of to a gentle curve on the end. So it's wider in the middle with that sort of point, just like the bag is. So that was one of the reasons I wanted an organizer shaped like this rather than the rectangular ones like the Samorga. So I'm going to take it back out so we can look at the pockets. and see how many pockets there are, because I don't even know. Alright, so on this side we've got one, it's kind of hard to show you guys, sorry about this. Got one that's about big enough for my hand to fit in. There's another one, it's a little bit tighter. Here's 3 that's even tighter still, and 4 I can get 2 or 3 fingers in there. And then on the other side, we've got 1, 2, that's a nice big one I can get my whole hand in. Let's see, 3, so 3 pockets on one side, bigger pockets, and then 4 pockets on the other side. So there are no small pockets like for a pen. There are 2 little, what are those called? Just 2 little U-shaped tabs. So you could stick a pen through there, I guess. The small size has that too. Let me show you. So there's one, and then there's another one. And yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that, I think. I wish that this wouldn't cave in on me, but I knew from having the small one that that was going to happen. And I guess once I have stuff in it, that would work pretty well. And actually, while we're doing this, why don't I go ahead and put this back in the bag and put my stuff in it, and let's see how that looks. Okay, let me move this back here. There we go. Alright. So I do have to kind of fold it to get it in the top because the bag has a little bit of a narrow opening. And then I have to kind of shape the organizer inside the bag to get it where it doesn't cave in. I don't know if that's the right word to use. But, okay, so I've got it in there. Gosh, I hate moving the camera back and forth like that, sorry. Okay, so I've got it in. You can see it fits pretty snugly there. Okay, so now I'll start putting things in it. So I've got my furlough wallet. Throw that in, and if I wanted to, I could even, I could even stand it up in that pocket there, but I'm not sure I want to do that because of the pleats on the bag, so I'd put something big and heavy into the center part. I could take my key clay or my little business card holder. This is Furla. I could put that in some of these pockets, and this bag has, where is it? It has a D-ring, there it is. So I could feasibly attach that clip to the D-ring and also put it in one of these pockets. And let's see, I have a little notebook. There you go, upside down. And I could slip that into one end and just put in one of the smaller pockets my ink pen, my Tide to Go, my ballpoint pen. I'm going to put my lip balm, my nail clippers, my ink from my ink pen in one of those. And another pocket, let's see, I could put my little, these are my healthcare cards. Could get my work keys, put those in a side pocket. That's the hardest thing to find in my bag. Every day I need my keys and I don't have a good place to put them. That's something I've been struggling with for a while, is trying to figure out a really good organizational place. Oh, I'm feeling there is a little, sorry, 2 thoughts at once. Trying to figure out a really good place to put my keys. I've tried so many things, and I may do another video on that. I'm going to show you something I just found, which is a little place to put a pen right there. See, there's that smaller pocket right there. And I have, let's see, my business card holder that I showed you a minute ago but didn't put in yet. This is my little pill case, and there's not a place to put that really, so I'll just put it on the bottom of the bag. And actually, I think I'll take my small size and slip that in there so my wallet will stand up because it's just falling down. And I could put my pills inside the small case. And then I'm a photographer, so I always carry a camera with me. I have this little guy, the Canon G9X. So cute, kind of a retro look, and it's a really nice camera. I keep that in this little Fashionphile drawstring pouch, give a little extra protection. So I can put that in the small organizer, and that's everything from my bag. Let's see how that looks inside. So there we go. I've got stuff in the pockets of the big organizer, the jumbo size, and then I have my wallet here and the small organizer with my pills and my camera. And I think that'll work pretty well. Let me turn the camera back and get a little less light so we're back to normal. All right, so now I'm gonna zip her up. And oh, I see something here that's a problem for me. So I zipped her up, and there she is, and let's look at the sides. So the pleats look good there, and the pleats look good there. But something I'm seeing that is a definite problem for me is that the organizer is pushing on the ends of the bag, on the inside here, because it goes up to about this tall on the inside of the bag. So it's pushing here, and you see how that tab is curling out? That is a problem for me. I do not like that at all. It's not really doing it to the other side, but I do not want my tabs to curl, and I'm not going to do anything that would risk them doing that. I'm also noticing that when I close it, that my Louis Vuitton tab here is curling out some. It's hard to see because it's in the way, but it's curling up some. That's something that happens to these bags that I don't want to happen to mine. So now I'm thinking I can't use this organizer. I'm still going to be on the hunt for one. Otherwise, it seems to be perfect. It's just I'm trying to be super picky and careful about this bag because having watched the other YouTube videos, I know that there are some problems that happen with it over time. And I do not want those things to happen to my bag. So I'm trying to think of everything I can do to prevent them from happening. I'm trying to curl my vachetta tab back the other way now. That looks good. I'm going to push on the other one a little too. And so I'm just being super picky and super careful with this bag because I want it to stay perfect for as long as possible. That's disappointing. It looked like it was going to work there for a minute, but that tab is just a problem for me. So I will have to think some more and do some more research and try to find some other organizers. I do so it's possible that I could just make something for myself, but it's so much easier just to buy something, But I could feasibly make something that's similar shape to this, but not as tall. That would be perfect for me. So, well, that is my reveal of that organizer and a little discussion on the others. If this was interesting to you or helpful or informative and you'd like to see anything else, please subscribe below. Please comment below. I'd love to get comments and feedback and hear what you think and hear any questions you have that maybe I could answer in the comments or in another video or whatever. So that's about it. Okay, thanks for watching, and I hope this was helpful, and have a great day.